Welcome back. Chapter 24, Ruth. Here are my vanishing rules. Keep cash in your wallet, $100 minimum. Never let your phone battery dip into the red zone. Store a granola bar and a bottle of water in your glove compartment. And in the side pocket of your duffel bag, carry a flathead screwdriver. I'd never be able to sleep in a Target today like I did the first time I ran. Security measures are more sophisticated now with motion-activated cameras and invisible lasers. But I'm better now too. I'm more resourceful than I was as a teenager. The lunch rush at Sam's is over. Just a handful of customers are lingering, reading the newspaper or skimming through their phones. I finished rolling a set of silverware into white paper napkins and put the slim bundle atop the stack I've made by the coffee station. Miss? Two women at table 5 are summoning me. I reach for a pot of coffee and head their way. I learned long ago that carrying coffee saves me from making extra trips. Since I hold the pot with my right hand, the bicep of my right arm is always slightly bigger and more defined than the one on my left. Top you off? I offer. Just to check, thanks. I've already tallied their total, so I reach for the bill in my apron pocket and put it on the table. I head back to the coffee station and take one of the white mugs stacked face down on the tray and flip it right side up, pouring a cup for myself. It's my 4th so far today. I'm tired because I tossed and turned all night. I couldn't sleep without Catherine home. The strange thing is, I assumed we'd spend more time together after Dr. Chin told us he believed I'd had Alzheimer's. Instead, the opposite is happening. That's because Catherine already know the truth, honey. I'm stunned she went back to Ethan after the night of their 1-year anniversary when I brought the bottle of Russian vodka and offered him a drink. So he was telling the truth. She did offer him a drink and watched him nod a little too eagerly. I figured we'd seen the last of him. The two women at table 5 stand up and head for the cashier. I wait until they exit, then walk over and begin to clear their dirty plates. I notice someone approach out of the corner of my eye and my stomach drops. I have a feeling I know what's coming. Melanie reaches for the empty juice and water glasses, stacking them up. Thanks, I tell her. Why should you have all the fun? I really do wish I'd been able to accept the invitations Melody extended in the past, but alcohol leads to letting down one's guard, and women like to confide in each other. I would have slipped and made an unforgivable error. Maybe not the first time or the second, but eventually. Catherine is used to accepting what I say. Our dynamic was established when we were parent and child. And even though things are more equitable now, she still doesn't challenge me when I draw a line. Melanie and I don't have that history. Another rule for when you're always on the verge of disappearing: don't get close to anyone or they might try to find you. It's dead in here. How about we take a break and grab a cup? Since I won't meet her out, Melanie is trying to get us to have a drink. In this case, coffee, right here. I wish I give her what I hope sounded like a regretful sign. I was going to try to duck out early. I've got a ton of errands. Melody is a smart cookie. She must sense how much I like her. My rebuffs have to feel confusing to her. But all she does is say, I'm here if you need anything. Then she reaches for the napkins crumpled on the table and clear them away. Other than the difference in our skin shade, her hands could be my hands. When you're a waitress, you keep your nails short and neat and forget about wearing rings or bracelets to work. Prongs or nooks can catch tiny bits of food. The last thing you want is to have to dig someone's sticky French toast crumb out of the crevices in your best piece of jewelry. I wasn't really planning on to leave early, but now I'm stuck. I go to the counter where Sam is trying to fix a stool that is getting wobbly on his base and asks if I can head out. He grunts. His grunts seem to be in the affirmative, so I walk to the small employee room. I spin the dial on my locker, putting in my code, and when the door springs open, I pull out my bag. Then I look behind me. Sometimes I keep things here that I don't want my daughter to see. When I learned Catherine had been offered the job at Johns Hopkins, Shortly after James' parole hearing, I checked out a book and stored it here, Understanding Alzheimer's. It strengthened my decision to put on a charade to keep Catherine safe after James won parole. It even gave me specific ideas for symptoms to fake. There's something else tucked in the back of my locker too. A burner phone. Dun, 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 dun. It wouldn't be a catastrophe if Sam found it. There's nothing that links it to me, and I could always say a customer left it and I was holding on to it to return. Still, I'd prefer to keep it a secret. I've had this phone for so long, many years. I never made a single call from it though. I didn't buy it because I intended to use it. This phone is a tripwire. If someone calls this number and starts asking questions about me, I'll know one of my last lines of defense is down. I check the messages every time I come to work. Now I plug the burner into the wall socket, turn it on, and wait until the tiny screen activates. 3 words appear that fill me with terror. 1 call miss. I frantically navigate to the call log to see where and when the number originated. It came in last night around 7 p.m. The caller ID show it was from a guy named John Quinlan. Ooh! So the number on the application goes directly to Ruth's burner phone. Ooh! No message. I stare down at the phone, half expecting it to ring again. That sound would feel like a bomb detonating in my hand. It's silent. Wrong number. I try to reassure myself. I occasionally receive them since the number for this phone is almost identical to that of a busy law firm in Philadelphia, with just the last two digits transposed. This John Quinlan was trying to reach the law firm, and when he heard the computerized voice saying only leave a message at the tone, he realized his mistake and hung up. That's why he hasn't called back. I start to put the burner back in my locker, then change my mind and secure it and the charger in my purse. Is that going to be a mistake? The risk of missing a call is far greater than the risk of Catherine discovering my secret phone. Little do y'all know. I exit the restaurant, waving goodbye to Melody and tapping down the flicker of guilt I feel when she cheerfully waves back. I walk down the sidewalk and stand outside the bus shelter, shifting from foot to foot, my exhaustion erased. I'm acutely aware of the small black flip phone zipped inside the inner pocket of my purse. If this phone rings and the caller asks for Diane Brown, I'll know they're seeking information about me. Diane Brown doesn't exist. Her name is a snare I set in a few places. I wrote it down along with the number for my burner phone on rental apartments, job applications, so I would be alerted if someone was digging into my past and trying to track me down. She's smart. Just another misdial, I repeat to myself as I compulsively check my surroundings. Still, even after I boarded the bus, I'm too uneasy to sit. I hold onto the silver rail by the rear exit and keep my head on a swivel, searching the faces of everyone on board. A woman across from me is working a crossword puzzle, tapping her pencil eraser against her newspaper while she frowns down at the empty white squares. The faint rhythmic noise of the eraser hitting a page sounds like an echo from my past. Tick, tock. I suck in a raggedy breath as the bus heaves forward. Catherine is safe, I remind myself. She is home. She left Ethan's around 9 a.m. and I'll be with her soon. No one is hunting us. I am 7 stops away from getting off the bus. I'll walk down a familiar street, my eyes alert behind my sunglasses. I'll scan every vehicle in the parking lot and take out my can of mace before I climb the stairs to the 4th floor. I will do all of this even though we are perfectly safe. It's just another precaution. After I get home and change, I'll take the Bonneville and drive to the library to do my check-in. Catherine and I will stay in tonight and make dinner, something fun like tacos, and we'll flop on the couch together and watch a show. Our relationship will ease back onto its warm, familiar track. No one can find us. I've hidden our path well for 24 years. I don't notice that it has begun to rain until I hear the bus big heavy wipers drag across the windshield. Tick tock, tick tock. Dread infused my body. I begin to tremble. Something is terribly wrong. I spin around, look again at the faces on the bus. The woman's pencil is still tapping. Tick tock, it whispers, matching the rhythm of the wipers. James is getting closer. I know it not just because of these signs. I feel it deep in my core. My body tense as I inch towards the exit, my hands scrabbling in my purse for the mace. Then I break one of my cardinal rules. I reach for my phone and Google the names James Bates. The results pop up quickly. I click on the first hit from the Baltimore Sun Outline newspaper. It was published right around the time I started my shift this morning. Then I see it. The news I've been dreading for most of my life. The reckoning I've always known is coming. A photo of James is staring at me below a headline that reads, Oak Hill High Killer has been released today. Okay, that's the end of chapter 24. Oh my goodness, James has been released. Uh-oh, what is she about to do? And then you got Catherine looking into stuff. You got James with the computer knowledge. He's released. Then you got this phone that's going directly to her. Oh, it's a lot of going on here. Woo, I can't wait. I'm going to see y'all in chapter 25. Bye.